Hi, my name is Shelby, and this is my channel where I kind of just talk to the camera. uh, Now with chicken. I'm kidding. Now with purple hair. What does it mean when someone calls you a poser? What is a poser? And this is going to be my opinion, of course. And this is just brought upon by, I had this video about me getting tattoos, and somebody was like, "You can't have tattoos, you're a poser." And I was like, "What makes me a poser?" They're like, "You don't listen to death slam metalcore, fucking whatever the shit." But it's like some really obscure metal genre. Maybe it's like the predecessor of like scene music or whatever the fuck. But like, here's the deal. That doesn't make you a poser if you don't listen to the same thing that everybody else does. I think that it makes you a poser if you pretend to like things that you don't like because you are posing inauthentically as some weird genre, right? So I think that being a poser is actually like those people who like criticize you for like not liking the same things that they like. That's the poser. The person who's criticizing you, because here's the thing. If you're being authentic, you're going to like things that are not necessarily your genre, right? Or your perceived genre by the general public. Like most people might think that I'm like scene or whatever. I don't know what label you'd put on me. However, I just think that it's so inauthentic, and I think that that's what a real poser is. A real poser is someone who is, quote, again, posing as said aesthetic. So if you're somebody who just doesn't gradually gravitate towards emo clothes and you want to like just buy them all at once from like a Hot Topic because, oh, I decided I want to be emo. That's not like a choice. It's like just something you gradually gravitate towards, you know? And also it's a poser if you're calling yourself this. I'm not like I'm the scenest, most emoist scene queen to ever be seen. I've never said anything like that. Like, okay, so personally, I think that I'm safe. Like I think that like automatically means that I'm not posing as anything, because here's the deal. I can't find a good angle, but I guess this is fine. Here's the deal, friendos. I am not saying that I'm shit. I'm not saying that I am emo. I'm not saying that I'm seen. Any kind of like label that you put on me, you're putting on me, right? But if I was going around like all high and mighty, like, I am the most seen of all the scene queens, and I'm what you should look up to. I buy all of my clothes at Hot Topic exclusively. I never just wear black. And I have the best piercings, and I only listen to slam death metalcore, which, again, that's also not really a scene thing. That's kind of like, to me, more of like a metal purist thing. Like, yes. Should we listen to metal? I mean, probably have some experience listening to metal. But metal is such a broad genre. And also, there are so many different types of metal. And there are so many different types of emo music. There's so many different types of scene music. My favorite kinds of music are scene and crunkcore, like Broken Side and Breathe Carolina. Oh, goodness. Attack Attack, Icy Stars. What else? Oh, goodness. Those are like kind of my favorite types of genres. I have a weakness for whiny men with guitars. So if you have an acoustic guitar and you're crying about something, that's another weakness of mine. Unfortunately, though, some people think that that's not seen, but I quite vividly remember Christopher Drew being a whiny man with a guitar / uke, and that being pretty damn seen in emo, right? And, and maybe that makes me a poser, but personally, I think that whenever you're trying too hard to fit in, that's what makes you the poser, right? So if you are trying to pretend to inauthentically like things that you don't actually enjoy like thoroughly, that's where the problem is. So you're pretending. You're like, well, I like this band that no one's heard of. Or like if I just randomly was like, I love Knocked Loose. I hate Knocked Loose, okay? I hate them. I think they sound awful. If I were like, I like metal. That would be me posing as somebody who likes metal. But instead, I am not afraid to say, hey, I don't like this. I don't like the new Linkin Park vocalist. If I were going to lie and be like, I love the new Linkin Park vocalist, she is great. And it's not that I think she's bad. I just think Hailstorm's better. Unpopular opinion. Um, but yeah, so I think that anytime you're lying about your opinions to fit said stereotype, or you're trying super, super, super fucking difficultly, like it's like hard for you, you're like cringing saying that you like these things. Anyways, there's my rant about posing. Yeah, don't be a poser. A lot of people, actually, because I've been out to LA like a lot in this past year. And one of the things that struck out to me is actually how many people I think are disingenuous emo people out there. There's a lot of people who schmooze. There's a lot of people who pretend to like things just because they think that they might end up working with somebody else. And that, to me, that's like the absolute example of posing, right? So you're pretending to like things just because you might end up working with somebody down the line, or you're just pretending. You're just not. Or you Google 2010 emo girl and you like try to look like the stereotypical kind and you're like, I like Paramore. I like, what else? Oh, let's find the most emo things that you can think of. I love MCR. They are the best. Even though like maybe you don't. Maybe you like fucking Yellow Card or All Time Low, or maybe even stuff like the Get Up Kids or the Wonder Years, or maybe you don't even like pop punk. Maybe you like something totally different. You could also just like genuinely metal, like Motionless in White or Devil Wears Prada or anything. Okay? You can also like new trendy stuff too. Liking new trendy music is good. This is one of the reasons why I don't talk about music. A lot of people get at me for not talking about music on my live stream specifically, but people are so weird and passionate about it. And the only reason why I think it's weird, and it's not actually a weird thing, okay? Because it's good to be passionate about things, and I want everybody to be enthusiastic about whatever they like. It's wonderful to be enthusiastic about whatever you like, right? I think so. And I think you're very much allowed to argue your beliefs on things. And I think you're very much allowed to feel the way that you feel about music. However, I think it's really weird whenever people do the thing where you say, oh, I really like this. And then they shut you down immediately. You say, I really like this band. And then they go, well, it's better. The band that I like. And it's kind of shitty. So it's one of the biggest reasons I don't talk about music, because no matter what you like or what you enjoy, other people will try to shut it down and be like, what I like's better than what you like. And you're just a poser because you don't like what I like. And so instead of becoming a bonding experience like people intend, because they want it to be like, most people have this ideal in their head that they're going to be like, hey, what's your favorite band? And then you're going to say the band that they love. You're going to say their favorite band, and then you guys can talk about your favorite songs about that band. And you're going to be like, you listen to music? I listen to music. Let's get married. But unfortunately, not everybody has the same taste. And there's people who are like, oh, you don't even like real music, Or I've done it. I've been in a relationship before where I would be listening to something and they would just openly insult my music taste. Just, this sounds like ass. This sounds like garbage. And it makes you so unconfident in your self-expressions whenever someone's around you that's just so, they brush you off. They make you feel bad about anything that you like, and it's just not fun. So I just tend to avoid talking about music, and it's not that I don't have my own preferences, it's just I don't need to shove it down your throats, And I also don't think it's posing to like things outside of your genre. I also think that if you are scene or you are emo, you can make literally anything that you enjoy alt. I remember whenever I was in school, I was like in 7th or 8th grade, or even in high school, throughout the beginning of college, there would be emo guys in Aeropostale shirts. I was in the era of seeing people with fuzzy Aeropostale jackets, okay? And that's like a preppy thing, okay? We made everything emo, even if it wasn't an emo, okay? And it wasn't emo, it was seen, but everybody still shouted at us that we were emo. You know why? Because of the hair. People get confused, and people love to label things, even if they're wrong. Anyways, there's my rant. I'm gonna be done for now. I do love you guys. I hope you guys have a great time. Ah!